Hello and welcome to the morning meeting. Thank you very much for clicking play and hanging out with us for a little bit as we talk about building Jomboy Media. My name is Jimmy. His name is Matt, and we are talking about the company and behind the scenes and answering your questions. So thank you very much. Now for our intro song. How about that? What a line. Courtney hosted last week, so I'm back. You were here last week with Courtney, but you're not here. You're in a different building altogether.
Yep, different building. That's what they say. In my apartment, as I will be going
different state.
Different state. We're in different states. Second morning in a row from different states. Maybe a record, maybe not. I'm going over to the warehouse after this because we have to pack up the van, Bill and I, for Fanatics Fest, which is this weekend.
The stage looks cool. The booth looks cool. If you're listening to this and you have an empty afternoon slate tomorrow, Friday, I'm always a day ahead.
Right.
Every single week, I'm a day ahead.
Okay, good.
Like you can guarantee that I am a day ahead. I don't understand why. I can never figure it out. If you have an empty afternoon on Friday, we will be at the Javits Center. Jomboy Media will be doing a live 2-hour show. It'll include me and Jake, Trevor and Rose. Jolly's going to host a segment. We got Ice are going to host a segment. Joe's will be there. Shelfie will be there. And it's like a 2-hour show that I've built the run of show for. That includes, current baseball talk, some like a draft of sorts, me and Baggage versus Forgotten Rotten, me and Jake versus Trev and Shelfie. We got Ice will be doing their umpire video. Jolly will be doing ref guess or trivia with the crowd. 2 hours. Very, very, very cool because Fanatics came to us as their baseball show. There's big show, like First Take is on before us.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy to hear. But yeah, no, big baseball shows. So the other thing that we're doing at Fanatics Fest is we have a booth the whole weekend. And it's like us and all of the big leagues that have these big booths on the So we are between the NFL and then the Kid Zone. So if you are at Fanatics Fest, come say hello. The exciting thing that we've got as of now is that on Friday after that live show, at our booth, we have a warehouse section and we'll be playing the smallest game of baseball.
Yep. Every day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday and Saturday, I think it's 5:30 p.m. Sunday it'll be 2:30, I think, or whatever time is like an hour and a half before it closes. Do we know what the smallest game of baseball looks like yet? No. We just know we're going to be playing it. Like we do have tiny balls at the warehouse, and then those little like souvenir stick bats you get. I'm thinking those will be involved. Also, just an aside, not part of content really for the audience to hear. Can you Slack Mike DeLeon, and when you grab stuff from the warehouse, he says there's a ton of the old HDMI splitters that we used to have for the Bronx office. He says there's a box of a ton. Just grab like one of them.
Okay.
And I'm seeing now the new floor plan because it changed a little bit.
It did, yeah.
And I'm looking at it now. Okay, so all the hats places, we're not by them anymore. We were in between Lids and New Era. We are kind of by them. We kind of got a little corner. That's nice. So we have more extra room to like do some stuff with. We're also by the autograph zone. It's funny if we just have like famous athletes constantly next to us. And we're still by the kid zone, which is cool.
Can I say something that may or may not be happening? I just heard a rumor. The rumor is that Tom Brady is supposed to walk to the NFL's area, which would mean he's walking past our booth. So, that's probably not going to happen, but it's possible.
Why? You think he's going to use those staircase right there? He could use the staircase by the kid zone.
I don't think that he's walking on the floor very much when people have to pay to go and take a picture with him otherwise.
That's true. What else they got here? So center stage and the NBA is right across from there. Then the WNBA, the Brooklyn Nets and the New York Liberty have their own booth. iHeartRadio has a booth. Major League Soccer. I'm gonna bring James and Claire one day and like walk around with them.
Hell yeah.
NHL has a booth. Fanatics Superstore. Tops. Oh, Fanatics Collect Stage. So it's all. Oh wow, this collector area is crazy, Maddie.
Oh, it's big.
But the booths are tiny because they're probably just little tables, right?
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Wow. What's Filth Bomb Breaks? Card breaking? That's all cards.
Heartbreaking. Yeah.
WWE has a booth. Cool. This is cool.
I wonder if Phil's going. I'll have to.
I'm excited to go. Excited to go see
Yeah,
and
for sure.
and meet people and hang out, all that. I might just be working from the booth at one point, and we might plug my computer into the HDMI so people could just see me editing a breakdown.
Yep.
And then we'll have gaming. So like, I think we're gonna have leaderboards throughout the weekend in like certain video games if you set the record, and then we'll email you like a prize or
Yes.
something. So it should be fun. I'm excited.
Yeah. The other thing that is new and exciting, we've been doing these warehouse live streams each week. This week is an off week. We'll have two more, the 2 following weeks after this. But Mike W asked, any lessons learned from the 9+ hour live stream? Crazy how consistent the streamer count seemed to be, which is true. It was like 1,600 from before the first at bat all the way through, and then it just grew up to over 3,000 by the last hour. So
yeah, from a technical standpoint, we crushed it. Just like it happened, it went smooth. Like in the second one, our internet actually crapped out, but the backup system Mike put in place caught it, and then we were like never missed. The audience never even knew that happened. So that was really good. And in Mike's comment here, he says, "Crazy how consistent the streamer count seemed to be," and that's true. Like people stood around, hung out with us. Yeah, I think there's a lot of lessons learned from the first one. We walked away not loving the energy and the vibe from it, because it was like us against us, which did work. The audience likes that, but we wanted these to be more jovial and hang out and everyone talk and just like, come talk and hang out with us. But we had 4, because we did 4 of these. We had 4 ideas. The first 2 ideas were the first idea was we have to break Babe Ruth's total base record.
yep.
And right after the home run derby, Barstool and Jersey Jerry did that, like live stream, and they went to a field and we're going to break Babe Ruth's
record
to break the home run record. So we were like, oh shit, like that. It's going to look weird if we have the same headline a week later, even though we made the plans like months out. So we pivoted to our third option, which was a game to where the third week was going to be game to 100. And in the production meeting, the thought was, all right, let's do these where like all of us are together and unified. They might take forever. And then the second one was going to be another break a home run. And it might take not as long, but still same energy. Then third week, we'll switch it up and we'll do like what we do, which is a game against each other and kind of what like we're used to doing. If we get any new audience that joins for the others, then they can see this. And then we did that one first. And yeah, I think it being against each other, it being hot. And then there being a lot of employees like sitting across from us that were like working and like miserable. It's like, they should have been like, I'm not knocking that at all, but it was as like the players, it was like kind of Jake kept saying like, why no one clapping? And it's like, well, they don't have to clap for 9 hours, but also it's weird to have people in there that aren't interested in what's happening. So that was like, we should get everyone out that's not really part of this. And then the people that are in hang out with us. That's what we did the next week. Then the next week was what we wanted it to be as far as mood and energy and fun. Where we have to hit a home run off every miles per hour. And it like got uniquely challenging at times. Like I got stuck hitting home runs off Zoe, off whatever velo we were at, but I had to get like 46 and I kept hitting it off. Oh no, I had to get 38 and I kept hitting it off 37 because that was like where Zoe was pitching the most. That was fun. The only thing is I wanted all 8 creators to be part of it. we only have 4 lavalier mics and handhelds. So switching the lavaliers is exhausting, and having guys that like aren't mic'd up at all. Like if you're not lobbed up, they just straight up can't hear you, but you're in shot. That's weird. So I it was my suggestion to do a boom mic on the crowd, and then it can pick up the room. And I watched it back. It wasn't awful, but it was when we got louder, there was echoing. It wasn't, you know, wasn't what we've provided in the past, which is like good audio, good video. That's the problem with live streams, is because we do so much post production on all our games and really make them crispy that when the quality lessens, people are like, "This sounds awful." And I think that was also tough. Like shit. So 8 people is kind of tough unless we had 8 lavaliers and everyone was like locked in. It's hard to mic a warehouse with a boom because there's so many echoes. So the next one is actually going to be a small crew. Jake and I won't be there, but we got Ice, and I'm not sure who's joining them because we have Talking Yanks.
I think it's Jelfie and Jolly.
I think so, but then I thought Jolly couldn't. I'm not positive. I'll check in again because we've been doing Fanatics Fest this week. But yeah, we were gonna do. We did the Blitzball Blitz Live League last year, but I felt like that's a retread, and you're not going to get any new people tuning in. To it's a harder sell because there's so much history and drama with the teams and the Blitzball rules and all that. And the doing those live streams is like a company effort. Like everyone needs to be there. And for the game to 100, it was a huge crew, and then the next stream was a smaller crew, and then the next live stream is going to be even smaller. So it was just like, let's get some resources out of here. Let's make it a little more easier barrier of entry for people that don't know the lore of the teams and all that. And then we opened up with like Baggage versus We Get Ice in a Blitzball game, which is the opposite. So it's kind of like got all twisted on its head. But I just love that we still tackle new things, and then we still can have an idea and a concept, and we can go say, let's try it. And our audience, like our base audience, like Mike in the comments said, like came and hung out with us and watched it. That's still very important to do. And we have a tournament coming up, Baseball 5, our version of that we filmed in January or February, knowing we had a free weekend or free day, and we had a free week up ahead in the schedule, and we had to do something. And like I made a custom intro for that, and just like, hey guys, this is lesser production, but it's a tester series. But we always want to be able to just try things like this, so we can then say, yeah, that should be a bigger and do it better or not. So I'm very excited that we're trying these and that we're able to do 4 of them. We're locked in, and like, let's try 4 different strategies and pivot and see what we can get. So that's still, even if the decision is probably let's not do that again, like Blitzball Blitz at Billy's. I'm so glad we tried that. It was awesome, but production amount of like resources that took to get that going and build that set, it was, hey, at this point in this stage of the company, that is not feasible to do. But very excited that we can continue to try new things and people buy in and make it look and sound how we want it to. So that's the plus.
Completely agree. That is awesome. That's what really shocked me on that first one, was so many people were sitting there waiting for that first pitch, and then the number never dropped. It only grew, and it grew at the end. And otherwise it was between 16 and 1700 the whole time, which is awesome. Last Friday, you co-hosted Baseball Today. I had noted that down as a quick bullet because I don't know if you had done that before. Have you been on that show?
I don't believe so. No.
How was it?
I like that format. I'm upset I went long, but me and Trev like did some catching up and had some convo, and Trev's not the main host too. Like Rose is, hosting is a lot. You got to keep it moving. I'm not knocking Trev. I very much we've enjoyed chatting with each other. But yeah, that's the format I like for baseball talk. That's what I do on Jimmy's 3 Things, is like keep it like, 10 minutes. I give myself 10 minutes, but it's just me. But yeah, punchy. And then I also felt like they said they send you the messages the topics ahead of time, so I can go prepare myself enough, find data points I like and I want to share, and then talk confidently. Where on, talking the series recaps, we're talking baseball. For me to talk confidently, I would spend hours and hours, and still not feel that confident in what I was saying because I don't watch every game of every series, so it was impossible. So yeah, I enjoyed it, and I'm glad I had time because it was just a Friday that I had empty. And Trev was like, "You free?" I was like, "Yeah."
Cool. That worked out. The other quick bullet point here is that I wanted to include this because there's a cool point shared in the leaders meeting. This day in breakdown history has been going out on Facebook. Ryan Johnson has posted 164 of those videos and they've amassed 13 million views, which is, I think Taylor said, like some 11% of all Facebook views for this year, which is cool. It's something that we used to do, we brought back, and it seems to be working again.
Yeah, I mean, it's also look at my Instagram, what Ryan's done with that. Ryan Cohen, two different Ryans, taking it from 60,000 followers to 300 and something right now.
Yep. 350.
So yeah, I mean, it makes sense. The content is people have enjoyed it in the past, and the algorithm, the way the algorithm works now, it's like you can throw it back up there, see if it catches again. So yeah, that helped us a ton in 2021 or 2020 when we took all the breakdowns from YouTube and did like this day and did them on Facebook. But back then, and I've talked about this before, Twitter only allowed videos that were 2 minutes and 20 seconds long. So I did, and in my brain, I was only making them for Twitter for a long time. And then I put them on YouTube just because why not? And then I just stayed to that kind of format. And even though YouTube like blew up, but then when Facebook started monetizing videos, they had to be 3 minutes long. So remember, I had that ending that was
Yeah.
like, this video's over, but Facebook won't let us monetize it unless it's 3 minutes long. So I'm just going to talk here until we get to the 3 minutes. And it was a hard cut. That's
Yep.
fun.
Yeah, I mean, you did it that way. There were people on YouTube that were trying to squeeze in the second mid-roll ad, which you couldn't do before 10 minutes. So it would be a 4-minute video and just 6 minutes of black screen. It's like I
Yeah,
witnessed
they
that.
started detecting that, and they detected if you looped it too.
Mm,
But like that was me talking was still content,
yeah.
just like a post credit scene.
Yeah. The last point here that I want to get into before we go through a bunch of questions. So leave questions below for next week. I'm sure we'll be talking about Fanatics Fest and we'll answer all of your other questions next week. So leave them below. Is Wake and Jake has had an exciting year. Shout out to BBD and Jake. 263% year-over-year growth from April through July of 2023. They were averaging just over 10,000 listens per episode across YouTube and Pod. Now they're up to almost 38,000. So that's awesome.
Yeah. And they they pivoted to, well, one, just consistency helps a ton. And then I feel like it really started taking off when they pivoted to a lot of the tier list stuff and like that fun format of this episode is this. And then there's still episodes where, Jake's yucking it up that are doing well. And shout out to Foolish, who's a regular on the
Yeah.
program, Foolish Bailey. And those episodes have been going crazy as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Foolish 50 breakdown, 45K on YouTube. Pretty wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. The reason that I mentioned Wake and Jake now is because our last topic before we get to those questions is channel subscriber races. So I'll let you speak on it. We have to figure it out more, but Wake and Jake recently passed us again. So if you're
Oh,
listening to this
I
point and
love
you're
that.
not subscribed, go press that subscribe button right now.
Damn.
But can you fill everybody in? This is a new idea, so we still have to flesh it out a bit, but can you fill people in on the subscriber races that we're thinking of implementing?
It was just an idea I had yesterday. Just, September's actually the biggest month for us. People would guess October, but a lot of teams fall out of the race come October. So the audience dwindles because in baseball, once your team's dead, a lot of people are like, fuck that, I'm not watching. Which is always weird. But I thought it'd be fun, and there's so much to do to iron this out. And I was talking with Jake about it yesterday. If the company set goals for each channel relative that would be somewhat equal, right? And we have to choose the channels. Um, and then first to their chat, the subscriber goal gets this, second gets this, whatever it is. So you can just say like on Jolly's videos, on Wake and Jake, on Morning, whatever, we can say, hey, you know, there's a race going on right now. Just like a real quick, there's a race. If you want to help us out, blah, blah, blah. And then Jake had the idea of like having like a big box, a medium box, and a small box, like in the office. So there's a visual, like wrapped up. You don't know what they are. So, and then like when you're first, you can open up the box and it's a legit nice something. You know, we don't, that's where we have to figure out the rest. Maybe it's just a clean September, like, or maybe it's just clean September. Whoever gets the most subscribers come September wins, but then view counts can play. I don't know. So that's where we're just brainstorming.
Yeah. I think I like it. I think that it's smart, and we'll be able to do it in a fun way so that, yeah, there's that competition aspect, but it's also fun for all of us as well.
Um, we should I should map that out.
Yeah.
I like doing it just like from now to the end of September, or just we start in September so we can figure it out.
Yeah. Makes sense to me. We have 16 minutes, probably 15 by the time we dive into the first question, and we're going to rip through them. We'll do rapid fire. We have about 10 questions, so we'll see how many we can get through. If we miss any, we'll save them for the next week. But wanted to start, two people had commented, or at least I grabbed two of them, about the warehouse comments. Josiah said that in comparison to past events, the floorball comment section for Captain's League was negative. Was that an outlier or a byproduct of the channel getting bigger? And then Suin Taurus had just noted that there was a number of comments across Captain's League Blitzball about Jimmy's frustrations.
Persistent sour comments.
Yeah,
It's good. It's good language usage.
persistent sour comments. So if you wanted to touch on your stuff, but then also just maybe more generally, if comment sections geared negative at times, but open to your thoughts here.
Yeah. I had a big meeting about this, and I talked with Jake and Jack and Zoe, and kind of just regrouping all the departments of the warehouse, which I oversee, and so many different elements at play. One, floorball is a sport where if you're not good, if you didn't grow up with a stick in your hand, you're easy fodder for people that want to make fun of us for being bad athletes. Easier than the other sports. And we're not trying to showcase athleticism or but also we do not want that to happen. So I went into it knowing this was going to be a tough game for a bunch of newcomers, because really Luke played 3 years of high school hockey. Shelfie grew up playing hockey, and then I played hockey. I played like sanctioned hockey until I was 19.
So
from 8 to 19. Zoe never played like actual hockey with the referee, and he just played like pickup games with his brother, I believe. So, but he is good. But so there's two things. There's a limited amount of people that are good, and then a limited amount of people that know hockey rules. And that was frustrating for me, because there was some where I'd be like, no, that's a rule. And then everyone was like, no, it's not. And I was like, what? Like, yes, it is. So that's one thing. Like the skill level of the game lent itself. Now, for those that watch the warehouse cup floorball, we bring in outside people to surround us. And this upcoming floorball warehouse cup season is amazing in gameplay, in skill, in energy and fun, like absolutely amazing. Not that I think floorball was horrible. It just looked like 5th grade basketball, which is tough. So that's one thing. And then I think, obviously, all sections of the warehouse we went too far into competition and frustrations. Like, I was in a pretty terrible place June was the boiling point from the start of the season to June. Like just crying fits at night, feeling absolutely trapped in my like life and having no time to do anything. And then I would just like, it would just like, yeah, just would boy. I because in ball and play warehouse cup, I had moments too where I just could not control my reactions. And then I would like be removed from that and be like, I stand by why I'm upset. But in the past, I would be able to control my reactions and temperament to what's upsetting me way more maturely and calculated. Um, we made a lot of there was like a campaign to relieve things from my schedule that the rest of the leaders did at the company, which like saved me a ton. Just like helping on post edits, helping on prepping. So I am getting to a better spot. The other day I had another weird fit that I thought I was out of it, and then it just hit me. Um, so my frustrations and reactions were terrible that one day. Um, I had tried to have a meeting the night before about like, hey, let's not play this way because it's not the best product. Let's give space and not do lockdown defense and like not press in the corners because we don't want injuries. And it fell on deaf ears. And I was upset because I was like, that wasn't really a suggestion. I was trying to say like stop. And then the very next game was like everything I was didn't want to happen. So then my reaction to that was awful. And that's just from being competitive, it being 90 degrees, me being in a terrible state and feeling completely unheard in a production that I'd lead. So it was just a boiling over point there where that. And then on the other side, in the past, we've had people freak out, we've had people complain, and the edit is always no, 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 no. Get that out. Don't. One of the mottos is protect our own. Like, hey, don't throw us to the comment section. Like, that's not the vibe. And I saw people in the live chat saying, like, why don't they just edit this out? It's kind of like bad, like entertainment. And the editors do a great job. That's on me for not having time to review, not having time to like talk through it. We've had a switch over. So I've been wanting to regroup, but I just, yeah, there was moments where I was like, oh, I would have been like, I don't think the audience needs to, we're still competing. And in the heat of competition, people get upset and have sour moods. That's not what we're trying to have people come for. So we've always had moments and, we edit them delicately to protect our own. And I feel like that didn't happen as best as we could. And then socials, we kind of promoted like bloopers more than the fun of it. So we just been having a big regrouping of like, hey, I don't think we're in a terrible spot because there's still people that are enjoying the content, loving the content. There's still awesome comments. We enjoy it. We have fun, but I don't want it to tip the other way. So we did regroup and be like, this is how we should be promoting this from all sections of the company and from players, from me especially, because everything goes up to top if I'm in charge of all departments, and my attitude and reactions have been shit. So I don't put it on anyone else besides me from like top down. But that's just some insight into, I guess, all of that in the bubbling. And yeah, it is interesting. Like the live stream chat for Baggage versus We Got Ice, me and Jack and Zoe talked about that after, and we're like, why were they so negative? Like, I understand when you get bigger, it gets more negative. And when you get younger, it gets more negative usually. But that kind of surprised us. Like, wait, like those are our own people. They're like with us for 9 hours watching. Like, why are they being so miserable and rude? Like, that's not ever been what the energy of this has been about. And usually like when we did ball and play, like how welcoming people were to Melinda as a host, like that's a point of pride that our community and like the live stream and the early commenters and the often commenters are like very welcoming, nice to all the newcomers. So it is something that I notice, I take full responsibility for, and trying to just like steer it in the other direction as we move forward.
Yeah, I think that all makes sense. I think specifically to that first live stream, that might just be the exact formula that might drive negative comments. The whole thing is like partly torturous of like we're doing something that's hard and you are going to watch us and we're naturally going to struggle at times. So
Yeah.
that might just be the formula that drives the most negative, like, haha, like they can't do this or whatever it might be. But yeah, well said.
Yeah.
The next question, we've got about 8 minutes here.
That being said, Floorball Warehouse Cup
Oh,
is incredible. The gameplay, the new additions.
mhm.
I'm so excited for people to watch that.
Me too. It's gonna go awesome. Comments, everything. A guts question for you here. To Jimmy regarding guts bonus points. Second place gets a bonus point for never finishing in last. Does that include crag or just the events leading up to the crag?
That no, so we messed that up in season 5. We addended it in like season 6, episode 4, because we filmed episodes 1, 2, and 3 of season 6 before that came out and the public caught it. So that's a mistake by us. We addended it.
Right.
It changed the outcome of season 6 or season 5. We're in the middle of shooting season 6 now. We're going to finish filming season 6 next couple days. That's a comment section that's still very nice and fun.
Yeah, for sure.
There's still people that, and I play the role, that get mad at me sometimes, but I play the nudge on that show, and I like the obnoxious guy,
Yeah.
so that's fine.
Another quick hitter. Sorry, I'm bouncing around if you're following along, but a quick hitter here from M. Racing said, love the change of pace of the videos with Courtney. Oh, okay, cool. Quick question today. We had glimpses of behind the scenes crew working in the warehouse during big events like the Captain's League. Are they JM staff on side quests or hired especially for those events?
So we take pride in this. Those are all full-time employees that have other roles here, and then are part of the warehouse crew in different roles there: cameraman, replay, switching, and try to let people try things as we go and change gears. And do you want to run camera? Do you want to try this? And we've had different, like, Captain's League floorball. It was a good area to test, and then Captain's League franchise was all right. Let's get our A squad out there, everyone that feels comfortable on the equipment they're using. But yeah, that's all, editors, like, yes, it's all full-time employees. Now, like, at some point, it would be easier to outsource some jobs and just hire people for 3 days at a time to be cameramen. I don't I don't plan on doing that. I don't wanna do that. I want it to be a family and, like, our crew, and the crew goes out to the bar and hangs out, and I hope that we can keep energy and people wanna be there and continue to be, like, part of it and help out in those ways. It is a change of pace. Sometimes it can be a lot. Like, I'm not saying that, like, if employees, have a big if it coincides with a big week of their regular scheduled content, it can be hard. We all battle with that, but I do think it offers a different escape, a different mindset, and different skills learning. So there's a lot of benefits that I see by having people like, yeah, your 9 to 5 is editing, but now for these 3 days, you're our main cameraman, or our main replay operator, or live graphics. So they're all full time employees.
Yeah, no, it's pride points too. Like by the end of that, when you finish the championship, we all pose for a photo. Like that feels so good. I wouldn't want to trade that for anything.
Yeah.
All right. Let's a lot of people are asking between Morning and Warehouse now that the Captain's League has finished. People are throwing names out for the next captain. I've seen Joe, Zoe, Shelfie, Dalton, all these people are getting pitched to be a captain. Less so answering who will be the captain, but just thoughts on how that person will be decided.
So the 4 creators, Zoe, Shelfie, Joe's, and Pennick, will present their case to be captain in front of me, Jake, Jack, and the pool players if they're around, but they might not be. I don't know when we film this. I was going over this the other day, and why they think they should be captain, what their team name would be. There's a formula: Team Jimmy, the Breakdowns; Team Jake, the Story, Team Jack, the Rippers, Team Jolly, the Goodfellas. And it was going to be Team Nikki, the family, and we have those jerseys set aside. Nikki wants back in. We already got the jerseys. So it'll be a creator that has his own shows, that creates content, comes up with ideas, has their own lane that we've invested in to be, a face of a channel or content or whatever. So that's first and foremost. And those four are the ones remaining. Lights just went off. And then there will be a vote. Originally, I had like the captains having a weighted vote, the three captains, and then the pool players all having a vote as well. And they have to present their name, what their name would be, and what their color would be, because no repeat colors. So we're pretty limited on colors. There's actually only like orange, if you're not from New Jersey, purple, and pink, I guess, unless we're keeping that if Nikki ever wants to come back and is free enough to do it. Because Jolly's red is red. He's red. So like after Captain's League season 2, Jolly's back in. He could bring the Goodfellas back. He get voted, and those jerseys come out of retirement.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you could get weird, like brown or white, I guess.
Not brown, because it needs to be bright.
No, but
you could do white.
brown.
Joe's was asking, bright brown?
Yeah.
Shiny brown?
Yeah, like bronze.
I don't know. You need bright colors. And that's a production thing. It looks better, and all of our cameras are set up to pop, make those jerseys pop. Like all the settings are done based on those. Like if you were to switch out people wearing regular old t-shirts, it would not look as crisp. Which is in floorball in the Warehouse Cup floorball that's coming up. I took charge and I was like, nope. Everybody that's in the fan has to be wearing one of our jerseys. And I've seen the footage. It looks so much better. Like I'm glad I put not my foot down against other people, but just my foot down on myself. Like I kind of said, do not let this not happen, Jimmy. We have walked away so many times. Being like, man, I wish the fans looked better and brighter, and we had a camera on them. So in between every game, hey, you get bright, handing out jerseys. So
yeah,
that's how it'll be. We got to film that, because we got to start filming Cam League 2 in November. It won't come out till January of 2025, but we have to film the first tournament in November. I think Slapball might lead us off.
Yeah, I'm excited. Slapball is a good one. All right, I'll get you out of here. We both got other stuff to hop to, but it was good. Landon left a goof and gaff, but we're saving it for next episode.
So wow. If you enjoy this, subscribe. Thank you very much.